Hey everyone, it's Lisa. This is just going to be a quick egg donor update. Just a few little things have been happening since the last time I made an update, so I just wanted to document those and get them out there, and it's going to be pretty much just updating you on what the nurse has been telling me. We did start our birth control pills. I started this on Sunday, but funny enough, Kelly and I both started our cycles at the same time without even starting the birth control. We both started on the same day. So it was pretty funny, like a little sign that it was that maybe this is going in the right direction. But we both started our birth control after our cycles, and we will continue our birth control until everything starts going on. So basically today I talked to the nurse, and she, let me find my email because I made myself notes. This is everything that she told me on the phone. It was a plethora of information, and it was overload for me a little bit because there were some things I wasn't aware of. It's just a very tedious procedure, and it's, you know, it drags on and on and on. It seems like every time something new is happening. So basically Kelly's got to come here next week. Kelly has to come into town next week on Friday to have her blood work done for genetics. She has to have a physical and an ultrasound. She has to have a consultation with my doctor, which I like. I'm glad my doctor wants to see her. And she has to have her psychological evaluation. So we are going to be downtown, and we're going to be spending a lot of our day there next Friday. So she's coming in for one day just for all that stuff, and then she's going to be going home on Saturday. For me, the nurse told me I had to schedule a saline sonohystogram just for an updated one, because I haven't had one since before my first IVF cycle last May, so it's been about a year. So I'm going to have that done on May 29th. I called and made that appointment today. Also, they want me to get all of my paperwork to my nurse at my clinic. Paperwork meaning my colposcopy results and my physical results, which I have hard copies of that stuff, but they need it faxed in too. So I'm going to bring a copy next Friday, but they're also in the process of faxing that over to my office. My nurse sent me a bazillion consent forms for like freezing the eggs and for multiples, what in case of multiples, and donor stuff, and stuff that me and Bill just have to sign. That a lot of it we've signed already when we did our first IVF. It's just a bunch of the standard paperwork. Him maybe having to freeze sperm in advance in case something were to come up the morning of the IVF. I don't think we did that last time, but I actually think that's a good idea. So that may be something we do this time just in case something comes up, because you never know. But all that stuff we have to fill out, and I have to bring it with me on next Friday when we go and meet with our nurse. My nurse actually gave me a choice of where we would have our transfer at, as for 2 locations that my clinic goes to, so that's kind of cool. So we have a choice. And then she also told me that we're going to be having to purchase supplemental health insurance for Kelly. And this is only because if there's any complications, I think it covers her up to $500,000 or something. But it covers if there were anything, you know, to go wrong. That's what this covers. It doesn't matter about her insurance or our insurance. This is just separate for that. So that's something that we would have to sign her up for after all the genetic testing comes back and everything is good and we're, you know, green light, go. So that is something else that I wasn't aware of, but so that's something new that we learned about. She told me to continue taking this pill until they tell me not to, before the transfer. So basically all the blue pills are the pill, and the green ones are sugar pills for when you're actually on your period. They don't want me to take these. They want me to keep taking the blue pills, and when I'm almost running out of them, to refill this and continue taking the blue pills, because they do not want me to have a period in between. They don't want me to have a period start until we start our transfer cycle, or right before the transfer cycle. So we will be on birth control for a while. They told us our first chunk of payment is due 1 month from next Friday after Kelly's testing, so we know when we need to have all the money put together and everything. And then they also gave us like a timeline as far as estimated dates of stuff. Now, before saying that, the legal part of this, like with the lawyers, I've been told could last anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks, and that you kind of need to, you know, stay on top of it. Otherwise, it could go a little longer. I heard with an anonymous donor, it could definitely go longer. With a known donor, it's known to go a little faster. So I'm really anxious to get that going. typically they do not start the legal process until after genetic testing has been done. Bill and I have to have a little talk to see if we're going to start it beforehand or not, because what's basically going to happen is Kelly's going to get tested for genetics. If anything were to come up, then Bill would have to get tested. And if Bill would have to pretty much test for the same thing that Kelly would have to be testing for, and then that would basically be no, like that would be, then we would lose our money. So that's why they don't want you to get a lawyer before the genetic testing comes back, because, you know, if anything were to come back and it's bad, you would not be obviously doing the cycle because of whatever comes up in that testing. But in our minds, I don't foresee anything coming back bad. Again, I don't know, but I don't know. We have to talk about it. I think I might want to just get a jump on the legal process just so that we're not drawing it out any longer. It's kind of like a crapshoot. You just take a risk, and we're taking a risk with this whole process. So what else? What else? You know, what else can you do? So that being said, she gave us an estimated timeline of how things are going to work, and this is where I got a little sad because I wasn't estimating it was going to happen this far off. They said Kelly would start her stims on an estimated date of July 11th. And basically the reason that is because next Friday she would do her genetic testing, and the genetic testing takes anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks to get back. So that puts you at the second week of June. After the genetic testing comes back is when we would start the legal process, and that would take anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. And that would put you at the beginning of July. And then I'm assuming that Kelly is going to be on Lupron for her endo. And when you're on Lupron, you're on that for anywhere from, 1 to 5 to 6 days. So I'm wondering if that's why it's getting pushed out so far. I don't know. I'm going to ask more about that on Friday, but she wouldn't start her stims until July 11th. And they said they would be, if everything were to go as planned on their calendar, and this is not with us like pushing the lawyer process along, like if the lawyer and the legal part of it gets done sooner, this could all happen like possibly a week sooner here and there. But looking at the embryo transfer of between July 24th through 29th, that week sometime. So that made me kind of sad just to think that it's at the end of July. And I know it's going to get here so fast. And I know we're still doing it, and I know it's going to happen, but it makes me sad because I was thinking it was going to happen next month, and now it's not going to happen for like 2 months. But if you look at the timeline and everything that needs to happen in between, it makes sense. We're pretty much just rolling with it at this point, and whatever needs to be done needs to be done. We've waited this long. Just do it. Let's just do it. So we are doing that. Bill and I have to talk about the legal part. I want to call the lawyer and get some pricing and see what their estimated timeline of getting this all completed is, and maybe we'll get a jump start on that. And then my nurse also wanted me to email her with all of the drugs that I have left over from my IVF cycle that we didn't do. So I have a ton of drugs left over, and she wants me to email her and let her know what I have, because depending on what my doctor prescribes to Kelly might be able to use some of the stuff that I have, and then it would be, more cost effective for us. So I have to email her that. The only thing I forgot to ask her was about the natural killer cells. So with the natural killer cells, I am going to be doing the intralipid IV, and I know that they said that I would be doing that about a week before my transfer, so I need to find out about that too. But that is pretty much everything I found out today as far as our cycle goes. I will know a ton more information next Friday when Kelly's here, and we get more information then. But pretty much that is all I have for right now. I also wanted to mention that Parents Via Egg Donation. This is a nonprofit website for egg donor recipients, and they're pretty much advocates for egg donor recipients. And I actually got to speak with the CEO of the whole organization, Marna, and she was a plethora of information to me. She knew about all the lawyers. She knew about everything. I took so many notes when I talked to her on the phone. Thank you, Marna, because you were such a good source of information. This is an excellent website for anybody who is going through egg donor process. So if any of you guys out there have any questions, leave them below, and I'm going to actually put a link to their website down below too, in case you guys want to go check it out. But it just looks like a fabulous website for anybody who is going through this process that has any questions. There's forums that you could talk with people on, and it's just really, really cool. And I'm looking forward to meeting other ladies in that community and and pretty much, I mean, it was just a very great conversation that I had with her. I asked her a bunch of questions. She answered all my questions, and it was just great. So if anybody else is going through this process and you're watching this for that reason, to like just see how my documentation goes, go head over to that website, because that website is just full of resources and articles and forums that you could also connect with other people doing the same thing on that level. And just if you have any questions or want advice, I mean, it's all there. So I'll put it down below, and you guys can go check that out. But for right now, that is all I have. I'm trying to think if there was anything else I wanted to say. I don't feel sick from the birth control yet. I've been taking it at night. Before, I was taking it in the morning, and then I would kind of feel nauseated and car sick all day, and I've been taking it at night with my last dose of supplements, my last dose of prenatals, and I really haven't felt too bad. I noticed that it takes me until about 1 o'clock every day to kind of wake up, and I yawn a lot in the morning, and I'm not a yawner. Like, when I wake up, I'm usually up and going, and the past few days that I've been taking it, I'm really sleepy in the morning, but I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. So we are on the birth control. We are going. She's coming next week, and we will find out what is going to be going on. Another thing that we found out is that Kelly may actually have to come and stay here for anywhere from 7 to 10 days while she's stimming, so that my clinic can monitor her more closely. So we'll see how that goes, and how, you know, I'm kind of worried about how that's going to affect her family life with John and the kids. So we'll see how that works out. Hopefully it will work itself out. But that's pretty much it. So I'm keeping a list of questions. When Kelly is here next Friday, we are going to film a questions and answer video. And if you guys have any questions for that first questions and answer video, leave it down below. I have about 10 or 15 questions already. We're going to do a few every time we see each other. I think we'll do one of these maybe, but if you have any questions related to any of this, just leave it down below and we will answer them next week. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will keep your fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed and say your prayers for us, because at the end of July, it just seems so far away. And I know it's not. I know it's not, but it's far away for me. I just feel like it's far away. Kind of bummed me out a little bit, because I was thinking, ooh, by this time next month, and then no. But it's okay. We'll roll with it. We're just rolling. We just have to take it day by day, because every day it seems like something new. We learn something new about this process, because we are learning as we go. So that's pretty much all I have, and I wanted to let you guys know, and I will talk to you soon. Don't forget, I have a playlist down below of all of Kelly's videos. She's documenting her half of it also. I think it's called My Egg Donor's Perspective, and I have all of her videos that she's doing down there, so go to that playlist and check it out if you're interested. And I also have a talk that I did with my mom on Mother's Day, and I talked to her about my journey, and we talk in detail about my infertility and her miscarriage, and we talked about a lot of stuff infertility-wise. We talked about the egg donor process and Kelly. So I'm going to have that up probably by this weekend, I'm hoping, because I have a bunch of other videos. So your feed is going to be bombarded with me, whether it's from things this week or it's from Lisa Marie TTC, because I have a mother-daughter tag going up on things this week also, too, because we did that on Mother's Day, too. So you're going to get your fill. And then you're going to be sick of me. So I will talk to you guys all soon, and you will see me in your feed in the next couple days for sure. And in the meantime, thanks a lot for all of your comments, all of your support. I let Bill read all of the comments from the tattoo video, and it's just wonderful. You guys are so supportive. And there were even a few men out there who said, hey, way to go, man, and I thought that was awesome. So thank you for your support, and we appreciate it so much, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.